What's going on, everybody? Just getting in. Had to go out and do a couple things. Thought I'd come on and live stream with you folks. Share a little story. Have a little chat. Just get everything all set up on my laptop here. Hey Ashley, what's up? Yeah, so wait for a couple more people to show up, I guess, but that was a fun comment to deal with today. Anyway, just getting in. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. It is probably 27, 28 C, which is I don't know what that is. That's like 90 F or something, but great evening. We were out just kind of driving around doing some stuff and thought I'd get home and live stream. So yeah, someone live commented that. Someone said that to me in my real life that was the reason. But it's funny. I went out at lunchtime for a little walk today, test out the ankle a little, and yeah, just went out for a little test walk, and I filmed a video about it, but it was filled with too much profanity, so not gonna upload it. Where is Race? That's a good question. I'm sure they will show up soon enough. So while we're waiting for a couple of other people to show up, audio good? Does everything sound okay to you? Just let me know. Make sure that nothing's off. Yeah, you've summoned him. He'll be here. Exactly. As long as the audio's good, you'll probably hear my cats going nuts in the background here, and Marley will probably jump up to the back of the chair. There you go, baby. Did I get a new laptop? No, I've got the same laptop, so I've got my phone set up on a tripod right here, and I've got my laptop right below me. So I still can't live stream with my laptop because it's a piece of garbage, but I've got a pretty good setup here. So, hey baby, what's up? But yeah, we were just out driving around, having a good time. Had to stop by our storage unit, pick up a couple things, but yeah, now just kind of chilling. I was hoping I was going to be able to either get my video earlier uploaded, or get home early enough to do some live streaming. And I think I'll just do this, and if enough people show up, I'll talk about that. But yeah, the video I filmed today, I would have to actually go through and try to edit it all and find a little bleep sound effect and put that in about 50 times. So, because while I don't really care about swearing and stuff, it does make it a little bit more difficult for the channel, because that'll get flagged, I'll get restricted, and blah blah blah. I think if you slip one in every now and then, it's not a big deal, but you can't drop like 40 F-bombs. I wasn't even really meaning to. That's the funny part. What do I think of Unnatural Vegan? Hey, good question. I don't watch her videos. I actually can't stand to watch her videos. She makes some reasonable points sometimes. I think that she's overall an intelligent person, but I don't think that her and I have compatible personalities, shall we say. I really just don't enjoy her channel. I really don't enjoy watching her videos. So I don't. Simple as that. What are your thoughts? Since you asked. Anyway, I was out walking earlier. It was funny because I went on my little rant, and I was wearing my Happy Healthy Vegan tee, which is about um, which is kind of like what you'd expect someone nice and calm and whatever to watch or to wear. But yeah, I was going off. Oh, hey, vegan mommy of two. How are you? Wow, she says. I don't know what's so wow. Is it because Marley is amazingly cute? Look at that. Hi, baby. You're on TV. You're on the interwebs. But good evening to you as well, vegan mommy of two. Thanks for popping by. I appreciate that. And Produce Not Pills, Ashley. Good question. Thanks for asking that. And so I was gonna chat a little bit about. Oh, hey, Weave, what's going on? Yeah. So actually, I'll kind of agree with that. I don't really know what to think that much. I just it's not my style of content. Yeah, not my style of content at all. I don't feel the need to like nitpick things or try to justify reasons I could theoretically or hypothetically do non-vegan things. Like I don't want to go down that path of trying to um, psychoanalyze all of the decisions we make. Like for me, it is as simple as I'm not going to do that because I don't want to, and I don't I don't want to like do things to harm animals. And even if like I could justify it in some way, like I don't want to, right? Like it's just I find like the content that I've seen, maybe that's not a good sample of what her content is, but that's what I've seen a few different times from her on her channel, and it's like I just don't want anything to do with that. That's not my thing. But um, and contradictory, yeah, I've seen some contradiction as well. So Weave, yeah, I usually don't dislike other vegans, but she is WTF. Agreed. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I can understand that. Well, we got a couple people here watching. We got Weave. We got Produce Not Pills. Ashley. We got Vegan Mommy of Two. Does everybody have like a name that they prefer me to call them when they're on this thing? I call Produce Not Pills. I've asked for your name before, Ashley. I usually just refer to you as Ashley, even on other people's live streams like Vegan Zombie and stuff, and they probably don't know who the hell I'm talking to. But Weave. I just call you Weave. But if you got another name, it's all good. I can call you something else. It's still funny when I call you Weave. Well, if you want me to call you your real name, I can do that. That's no problem. Vegan Mommy of Two, I can call you a different name. It's all good. You're Alex, but call me whatever. All right, maybe I'll just call you Weave Alex, Magic Alex, Alex Magic. We'll figure it out. I'll mix it up. But yeah. So before I start getting into the little story time here, I'll apologize first of all if you hear the sirens in the background. I live in a very nice, quiet spot, like back away from the roads and stuff, but also there's a hospital pretty close to me. So, all right, some kind of Russian demonic name, it looks like, says animals that I eat are all vegans, so meat is balanced and have greens in it already. Well, congratulations. Thanks for the comment. Whatever. Yeah, Ashley, you love Chris and John. Man, those guys are great. I really enjoy watching them. I can just watch them just chat it up for hours. They're definitely some of the earliest people I started watching when I joined YouTube. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Chickpea Sarney, hello. Thanks for popping by. If you caught it, did you like the package I sent to Chris, mostly for his pups? I didn't see that, but I'm sure that I would have liked it. Do I want another mod, says Weave? Sure. It's my clickbait title. Yeah, exactly. That's what did it. That's what got the demon coming in here. Chris and John, yeah, Chickpea Sarnie, we were talking about Vegan Zombie and John, who now has his channel Just John. But yeah, good people. But I'm going to address the clickbait title. So that's why it's actually not clickbait, because this is a question that came up today. This is something that somebody had actually kind of inferred. And so I wanted to wait until we had a handful of people here before I got into it, because I didn't want to have to repeat myself 30 times and then, you guys would be like, okay, John, we heard the story, stop telling us that. But here's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to, because you guys are here all the time, I'm going to throw out a couple wrenches here today. So there you go. You got a couple wrenches now. Chippy, yes, I've seen his channel. Actually, I was just listening to a podcast he did with Vegan Revolution. He's making a Netflix series. Yeah, and when he originally was going to be doing the movie A44, I was so super pumped about that, because I think that was going to be absolutely amazing. But I don't mind the fact that it's turning into a series now, and I think that's going to be just as good. It can still lead up to like a movie or something, like a full-length feature film, so I'm pretty pumped about it. Oh, we throw that wrench around. Come on, Ashley, throw your wrench around. Yeah, so what was I going to get into next? I'm wondering, so do you guys want to hear a little bit about the clickbaity title of this live stream and how that all came about? Chickpea says that's better, in my opinion, will reach more people via Netflix. Yeah, I agree. Netflix is huge, so I mean, when people see, and I don't know what he'll call it on there, but when people see, like, zombie stuff come up on Netflix, people will absolutely jump on that. And then, if they realize, oh wait, there's like an underlying vegan message here, they're going to keep watching, because they're going to want to see how this plays out. So, okay, I'll go ahead and get into the story. I think a couple people went away, maybe that demonic somebody who felt like it was a good idea to tell me all about how the meat they eat are vegans. So today, I'm not going to get into any details that would, cause any sort of conflict if the right people was watching, but because I don't want to create any drama or anything like that. But the comment came up. It was within my workplace, not necessarily with somebody that I work with, but the comment had come up because the person noticed that I was kind of still limping around after injuring my ankle here like a couple of weeks ago, attempting that half marathon, the sub 140 marathon, which would have went well, but it just didn't, and I had to quit. But in any case, someone made the comment, and I think they were actually serious, that that I wouldn't have been injured, and that I wouldn't still be injured if I ate meat, which, as we know, is ridiculous. I'm getting a little bit of lag on the playback on my laptop here, so let me know if you guys are experiencing that as well, or if maybe it's just my laptop. Looks like everything's running good on my phone. There's always a bit of lag, but it's not like completely screwed, because my laptop has completely crapped out on me here. I'm just going to wait a minute before I continue, because I just want to make sure this isn't like, a super bad issue. No problems for you though? Okay. Alright. I'm going to just assume that my laptop is being weird. So Okay. Oh, no wonder. My laptop every now and then loses internet connection, so it's just being dumb. I need to restart my laptop. Like the card, the network card inside is just must be kind of crap or something. So I'm just gonna restart my laptop, meaning I can't read comments off of there. Still got my phone here, so I'll still see them pop up. But while I'm telling my story, I may not be able to really see everything. Um, yeah. So, but basically, this person said, "Hey, oh man, you're still injured. Like you're still limping around. That's crazy. Didn't you hurt yourself like 2 weeks ago?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did, but I started running again. I attempted to run a half marathon, and yeah, it was a bad idea. It didn't work out. So, here we are. Um, Probably gonna just need a couple more weeks to get everything under control." And they're like, "Yeah, well, I'm willing to bet you wouldn't have those problems if you were just eating meat." And my initial reaction was to laugh at that because I mean that's hilarious, right? And and then I see that this person isn't laughing, like this wasn't a joke. I can see that they're stream locked. You guys still with me, or is this all lagged out and crappy? Oh, liked. Okay. You scared me, Chickpea. You scared me. You made me think that this whole thing was failing, when in reality I was just waiting here like an idiot. All right, I'm good. All right, I'm just gonna pretend like there's no problems, and if there are problems, bear with me. But okay, so yeah, this person, like I thought, this person has to be joking around, right? Like obviously they wouldn't say something that moronic. But then I see that they don't have a smile on their face, like they're serious. I was like, oh my god. Now I've known this person for a long time again. You're just writing in a Dublin accent. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. And it just made me think, like, it just got me thinking about it. Like, I've been vegan for 5 years. I only started running 3 years ago. You know, the rate at which I've been able to improve my athletic performance, recover between workouts, and everything else, like I'm running at paces now that even a year ago I thought would be like ridiculously impossible. So, and I'm 36. I just turned 36 years old. So it's not like, I'm starting off when I'm 20 years old and it's natural that I'm going to progress really fast. 36 isn't old by any means, but I mean, like most people begin their athletic endeavors well before their mid 30s, right? So it's just interesting when I'm seeing all of those improvements. I'm seeing myself just getting super healthy. When I started running, I was like 30 pounds ish overweight and lost that weight right away, got super fit, went from couch to marathon in a year, and have now run 2 more marathons. And it's just when people say these things, like I don't understand what's going through their head because it seems so obvious to me, and maybe I'm biased, but it seems so obvious to me, like that it's just mainstream common knowledge that plant-based diets are perfectly fine for health. And like I didn't even ask the question because I didn't want to cause a scene, right? Like, but like how do you even think that putting some meat in your diet is going to prevent injury, like a sprained ankle or something? Like that's just crazy, right? I don't know. So anyway, that was kind of my story, and I didn't create anything out of it because, like I say, I was at my workplace and I just didn't want to cause a fuss or whatever. But it's pretty funny. All right, so now that I see some comments coming back up here, I see that Nagiv Athlete Sean, hey, what's up, man? Thanks for joining in. I see that you say sub 133 soon. Yes, absolutely. Although I do want to get that 140 under my belt first. I'll probably do that in like a training run in my next training block because I feel like it's obvious for me now that I'm in that kind of shape. So yeah, and people are so disconnected they need studies for proof that fruits and vegetables are good for us. Well, it's hilarious because I was thinking about this the other day, and I even said this to my parents the last time I was over there visiting. It's like, when you're a kid, you guys are like, you got to eat your vegetables, you have to eat your fruit, you have to, you're not leaving the dinner table till you eat all your peas. And now that Beyond Burgers are out, which are like pea protein, they're like, oh, those things aren't healthy. Okay, no, they're not as healthy for you as like straight up peas, but come on, it's pea protein. You were you were begging me to eat my peas as a kid, and now you're like, don't eat that stuff. It's made from processed peas. Like, oh my god, so ridiculous. Um, yeah, Weave says this person sounds a little undereducated on the topic for sure. Don't think he should have ran with a bad ankle. Yeah, might have made it a little bit worse. And thanks for giving me the kudos for giving it a go. Maybe maybe I shouldn't have given it a go, but you know what? I got out for a couple of short runs prior to that, and it felt pretty good. Like once I got moving along. So, hey, Molson Muscle is here, and he's got some meat for you right here. Thanks, Molson Muscle. I appreciate that. You're always looking out for me. Actually, I gotta say, no, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to delete that, Wave. Molson's hilarious, always leaves great comments, and we're good. But thank you for being diligent on the wrench. See, I just gave Weave Magic the wrench today, and she's working that power. So that's awesome. So you've passed the test. Yeah, or when people ask what a processed vegan product is made of, but literally eat the flesh of an animal. Exactly. Like, I was sitting in, well, here in Canada, most, if you're from here or even in the northern states, you know what Tim Hortons is. It's our national coffee shop. So we got the Beyond Sausage there now. They've got the Beyond Burgers there now. So I was having like the breakfast sandwich with the Beyond after a long run with the group here, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And I'm eating that, and this guy who's in his 60s, good guy. Like and I love running with him. We travel to races and stuff together. Really nice guy. But he's like, well, all I can say is too much soy is no good for any man. Because he believes the soy myth that the phytoestrogen is gonna, screw up your hormones and all that stuff. Well, number one, there's no soy in the Beyond Sausage, so that was ridiculous anyway. But so anyway, I proceeded to explain to him why phytoestrogen does not behave the same way as mammalian estrogen, because ironically he was drinking a coffee with milk in it. So I said, there's more estrogen in that milk in that cream in your coffee that's affecting you than the soy that would exist if this were in fact a soy burger. And you could tell he was just kind of scratching his head. So people are uneducated. They believe all these old myths, and you just gotta get them out of here. Oh my God, we got like a whole pack of wrenches in here now. Okay. Weave says, I'm a noob. Hey, it's all good. With great power comes great responsibility. Yes, it does. Showing Brian Turner. Good point. Better to be a soy boy than a dairy dween any day. I'm wondering if you meant queen, but because the D is somewhat close to the Q on the keyboard. But yeah, hey man, I don't mind being a soy boy. Race says, I'm seeing way too many wrenches up in the beach. Well, Race, you weren't here. Yeah, you got summoned. You didn't show up, so I had to hand out some other wrenches. You're lucky you still have yours, I'll give you a pass this time, but you got to be quicker on the draw. We've been here for 24 minutes already. Where do people get the info, I wonder, says Ashley, especially older people. Is it newspaper or magazines? I don't know, because, they're on the internet doing other things. They're playing their Facebook slot machines or whatever else, so clearly they have the internet. They're able to look things up if they want. Chickpea says, Tim Hortons has just arrived recently where I live, and they have no vegan options whatsoever, not even a soy milk. They actually don't have soy milk in most of the stores, even here in Canada, which is crazy. They've got Beyond products, they've got the Just Egg coming, they've got a vegan cheese coming, but they don't have soy milk as a standard option in their thousands of stores. That's crazy. Um, Race says, I'm so upset at you, I can't even type. Well, I'm sorry. Next time, here's what we'll have to do. We'll have to create some sort of Race, you'll have to give me an email address or something that I can message you ahead of time and say, hey, I'm going live in 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Be there, be square. And Chickpea Cerny says, I'm feeling left out of the spanner club. That's right, because you guys call wrenches spanners. I learned that in another stream here one time. Well, you know what? Maybe next time. I can't have more than 4 wrenches going at a time. I think 3 is a charm. You know, that's the lucky number. Maybe next time. Ray says, I thought you said I'd be the only one you would ever want to touch your wrench. Wow. Yeah. Molson, you can't even type when you're not upset, and that's true enough. Actually, that makes no sense. I agree. Timmy's coming with the Just Egg. We'll probably try that one. Yeah, so I've had the Follow Your Heart egg here. This was like probably at least 3 years ago. Jamie and I tried it. We actually did a giveaway on our old shared channel and sent a pack of it out to our friend Sandra in BC. And I really liked that. Obviously, the Just Egg would be... People have talked about it. I'm excited that that's coming to Tim Hortons. I mean, I will definitely try that. Ray says, I'm lucky. Pretty sure my wrench got you 1,000 subs. The race lever giveth, and the race lever can taketh away. Agreed. But now giveth and taketh should be ETH, so you got to get your shit together. Got to even it out. Good mod, bad mod. Exactly. Can Instagram me as well, John, but I have you on notifications. Well, thank you. Yeah, Ray, see, if you had me on notifications so that, like, if you tap the bell and you say get notified with every new piece of content and you were paying attention to your phone like you should be, you would know that I was live and it wouldn't take you 24 minutes. Let's see. What we're going to do is block and remove Weave and Protus's wrenches, then go to their houses and settle this. Then you're going to set Molson straight above my wonderful spelling skills. Actually, I will say this. You have amazing skills, Race, so I appreciate that. Molson says, I live closer to you than BC if you ever feel like sending some out again. Molson, I forget, are you in Ontario? I believe that you are. I don't get the Follow Your Heart egg around here anymore, but if I ever find myself with a spare box, I'll send you some. Wow, you're sad. I don't come on command when summoned. Race is slacking, John might fire you soon, and then, oh, wow. And then, yeah, so with an H, so here comes Ashley trying to basically put one into race lever, but then doesn't even get my name right. Whoa, yeah. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. We've got you there. You know what, Race? You've been re-elevated. Not that there was ever any doubt, but you've been re-elevated to #1. You're good, mod. Yes, Ontario. Okay. No, you're not fired, Ashley. I mean, you're working for free, so why would I fire you? But yeah, Ontario. Okay. Well, if I do find something that's a crazy deal, I don't know how to get a hold of you, but you can Molson Muscle, are you on any other social media? Are you on Instagram or anything like that? Because I don't see you other than here. So if there is some other way that I could send you a message, then I could send you, the whatever it is, Follow Your Heart eggs, $3 million cash, whatever I got lying around. And Race is making too much money doing this. Well, it's the website. You got to get a website up. Stop talking about me. Have to answer phone. Time out. Okay. All right. You have Twitter and kind of Insta. Just kidding, but you'll take the millions. All right. Well, find me on there and add me or something. I'm gonna try these spicy roasted chickpeas. So if I start dying because these are too spicy, someone please let them know. The authorities, whoever. They do have a little bit of a kick. These are Ready Bulk roasted hot chickpeas. There it is, Al. Thanks for following me, bud. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Little bit spicy. Like a little bit of an afterburn. Do I like heat and spice? I do like spicy foods. I like more the spicy flavor though. So like if I were making a chili, I'd use a lot of like chili powder to get the flavor, but I wouldn't necessarily use like a lot of chili flakes, which just, you know, burn your stomach and stuff. All right, Molson says just followed you on both, but haven't been on either in like 2 months. Yeah. Nagiv Athlete says, are they made with oil? Right, because you're trying to get me in super good shape so I can run a sub 133 half marathon. There may or may not be a little bit of oil in these, yes. That's why I'm only going to have another like 17 handfuls. Weave asks, have I tried cotton candy grapes yet? No, I have not. But I've seen everybody rave about them and how good they are. Bad boy. Can we take a moment to appreciate just how cute Marley is up here? Look at this. Look at this baby. Hey, baby. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Ashley says, don't like cotton candy grapes, never like cotton candy. Got to get me on that high fruit diet, John. I know that. I do know that. And typically this time of the year when produce is much cheaper, we do eat much more raw fruits and vegetables. And yeah, like it is a little bit harder certain times of the year around here for sure, but this time of the year, no excuses. I've got a couple really nice cantaloupes out in the kitchen. Getting there. We're getting there. Let's see here. Chickpea Sarni says, I've tried the candy floss grapes. Is that like cotton candy? Is that what candy floss is? I don't understand. I'm guessing that's what you mean. They probably just call it candy floss over there in Ireland or the UK. Wilson says, very cute. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cotton candy really, but like them, plus it's super weird. Time In says, race lever, apology accepted. Okay, well thank you. Thank you for accepting my apology. And we call it candy floss, same thing. Okay, cool. So you learn something new every day, right? Like today I learned that the only reason I injured my ankle is because I don't eat meat. I'm obviously protein deficient and have weak bones because I don't consume raw flesh, obviously. It's the only reason, folks. I mean, it just makes you wonder, like, how do you still believe that in 2019, you know? How does anybody I guess like 5 years ago, you could think so, even a couple years ago. But like, it's so mainstream and obvious now, and in the media, in every media, it's on the news talking about it. Like, everybody knows about it now. So, how do you even still think that? Anyway, what did I end up replying to your coworker? I just laughed it off. Like I say, it was somebody who I actually don't directly work with. I did before, and just very casual. I just kept it casual because obviously I don't want to create any drama. And, I don't even want to get into like too many specifics because clearly I don't want to like ruin a professional situation. But yeah, but yeah, Molson, you got it. Industry dollars hard at work brainwashing the masses. Absolutely. But if someone who eats meat injures themselves, oh yeah, it's got nothing to do with that. They probably just ate too much broccoli or something. You know. The only reason I hurt my ankle is because I spread too many wrenches without your approval, or were going to at the time it happened. The universe always conspires to your favor. Funny story about the universe conspiring. So, I've talked about this in a video a couple weeks ago, right around my birthday, that I was having a pretty intense week of like manifestation and premonition and stuff like that. And I mentioned in that video also that whenever I try to understand it or I talk about it, it completely goes away. Well, that's exactly what happened. And, so it just like build up in this like climactic just craziness. And then just like that, it's gone. But it was funny because today on the drive to work, I carpool with a guy that just lives up the road. And on the way to work this morning, I was telling him a story. And in that story, I don't even know how we got on the topic, but in that story, it talked about like a car pulling out in front of another car, and then about like 4 seconds later, a car almost pulls out and cuts us off. And he just like looks at me. He's like, "You're a karma witch." And I'm like, "What the hell?" But I was thinking about it, and it's kind of funny because it ties in really well with what was going on here like a week and a half ago. And karma witch, like I've never been called that before. I've never heard that term before, but it made me laugh. Anyway, did I see Mike the Vegan's video on dietary guidelines? No, I didn't actually. I should check that out. I like Mike the Vegan. I think he's a good blend of like personable guy, just kind of like half normal guy, but he's also got obviously some good knowledge. So I should check that out. And Wilson says, no, it's the 2 pieces of vegetables they ate with their meat. Yeah, that's what happened. They ate a piece of corn and all of a sudden their bones turned to mush. He just figuring out I'm a witch? Yeah, I guess. I thought that was obvious. It's true. The tiny pieces of vegetables is what did it. Yep. I mean, been vegan for 5 years, haven't eaten meat in over 6 years. I should be dead, right? Maybe I am. Maybe I am dead. Is this like the sixth sense? Are you guys actually just all having a conversation with one another? And I'm thinking I'm interacting with you, but I'm not really, and that's the plot twist at the end. M. Night Shyamalan's gonna jump out from around the corner and say, "Gotcha, Bruce Willis was dead all along." Anyway, it's a great vid. Check it out. Will do. Red Pill Vegan Channel. I need to check that one out too. I don't remember that one. I don't recognize that channel, so I'll check that out. Vegan Witches Unite. I see dead people named John. That's funny. Great vid. Didn't check out Reds, but will. Who's this Red Pill Vegan? I should check that person out. Is this like a channel I should know? Because sounds like I should know that channel. And how am I even talking to you now with this protein deficiency? Well, luckily, It is the only saving grace. I was born with a very overactive tongue, so I've still got, you know, some ability to talk, but that's about it. It's John with an H. Ha ha ha. You're funny. Red Pill Vegan shows all the talkers, including the nutcase ketos, you think? Good viewing, though. Okay. I've got a couple friends in real life who have done or have been working around the keto thing, and of course, yeah, when you get into ketogenesis, you can shed some weight, and then you know, and you know, this isn't meant to be like a sexist comment or anything, but I think that typically women, probably because of societal pressure, are more inclined to care about what they look like. So, you know, any friends that I've had in real life that have tried the keto thing, you know, are females who are like, you know, trying to lose a little bit of weight or like fit into a bikini for the summer or something like that. And, you know, so they see good results for a short period of time, and then they don't understand why they get like, you know, they blow back up and put 20 pounds back on after they start eating carbs and stuff again. It's like, do you not understand what you're doing? You're putting yourself into starvation mode. Like, why would you do that? And I've tried to very calmly and rationally explain this to them and explain that carbs are not the enemy. You know, like, I mean, if you're eating nothing but bread and donuts and, you know, refined white sugar and no nutrients, well, obviously those are empty carbs. They're not doing a whole lot for you, but yeah, like the whole keto thing is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't get it. Just gonna scroll back here a second. He has a I just got back to your comment, Chickpea. Overactive tongue, eh? Yeah. Just showing them all doesn't agree with them. Yeah. So Chickpea, you once tried a low carb vegan diet. You felt like you were gonna pass out. Didn't last 24 hours. I mean, I couldn't do it. You know, especially being a runner, like, you know, and that's why I don't even mind like taking in some more like maybe a little bit more processed carbs or like, you know, junk carbs a little bit, because if I go out and run 20 miles and burn 2,500 calories or something, clearly I can put a little bit back into my system, or like afterwards if I want to drink a Coke or something like that to get some sugars back to the brain. I don't feel bad about that, you know. Do I ever get mean comments on my channel? My Why Hunting is Wrong video is a gold mine. It is an absolute gold mine for mean comments, idiotic comments. Yeah, I get some mean comments. I still get comments on that video almost every day. And you know, it's funny because people will just say something extremely ignorant or extremely arrogant even. You know, I'll be called everything from, you know, like homophobic slurs, even though I'm straight. They just equate veganism with homosexuality and they call me all kinds of names in that way. You know, on that video, I've had so many hunters tell me to go kill myself, like, you know, all kinds of craziness. And it's like, wow, why are you people actually even on this video? If you, well, I mean, I know why. They're just trolling, or they just think it's funny, right? Sitting on their keyboard, this comes up in the side panel as a recommended. They go on it, leave some comment like, oh, you vegan pussy or something. Whatever. I mean, I don't take it seriously. I don't care. But Molson leaves mean comments all the time. No, you don't leave mean comments. You leave comical comments. There's a difference. I can understand your humor. it's kind of like a Carlin style humor. I appreciate it. Ashley says, I once did zero carbs, literally woke up, almost passed out, had to call off work. That is no good. Race lover's a bully. Yeah, hey, maybe. Weave says, oh my God, John, that's seriously messed up. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I've had some pretty good conversations with some of these people that leave these comments. Like I'll try to I've tried to channel my inner James Aspie sometimes, and just be like, hey, thanks for the thanks for the comment, and I'll ask a question. I'll try like the Socratic method a little bit, get them engaged, and then I try to remain calm. And then sometimes it's like, okay, well, this person is obviously just beyond any kind of reach, so I just get a little bit straightforward with them, tell them to go away, and it's fine. But what is my most viewed video? That's my Why Hunting is Wrong video. It's not like, and I mean, my most viewed video is not like a ton of views. I don't have a lot of views for being around as long as I have and having hundreds of videos, but that is my most viewed. And then I think my vegan jambalaya recipe is my second most viewed. And then oddly enough, within my top few is this like book review I did for this like feng shui book about like decluttering and stuff. And it's just my chatting about that book and how I kind of applied it. And it's interesting that that's on one of my top ones. Yeah, it's funny. If that ever happens, make it an Insta story highlight for your responses. Yeah, I don't use Insta stories enough. I really should. Because, like, you can archive that stuff and save it for later, right? I mean, yeah. Keep at it, the subs will come. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've seen, reasonable growth already this year on the channel. And I think a lot of it, too, is that probably a lot of the people that used to watch me, before I got into running and stuff, don't care at all about the running content. So I had considered at one point maybe making all that stuff on a separate channel, but I was like, no, you know what? It's part of who I am. It's part of what I do, and I really don't care. So, I just kind of keep it all in one, and maybe that's kind of turned some people off a little bit, but whatever. I don't even care. Molson says you just stick around for the Bears. Yeah. Show a little bit of your outreach responses. That'd be cool. Yeah, I should really. I should. I don't really think to like. I don't really think to like share those conversations too much, but man. Do I know if Jamie ever gets mean comments? I mean, I think everybody gets kind of troll comments and hateful comments sometimes. She's not as active these days, and she probably, I don't know, like, she doesn't really talk about it if she does, so I'm sure that it's nothing serious, but I'm sure she'll probably just delete them or something like that. I've had some, it's interesting, I've had some Facebook friends who are actually vegan say some interesting things, or like kind of like just weird things sometimes. Like I'll post about, like I recently did a birthday fundraiser for Cotton Branch Sanctuary in South Carolina because my friends Misty and Doug, have volunteered there and now part of the board a little bit. And like I've known those guys for a long time, and they've always been good friends, good people. And so I don't know if it was out of jealousy, but like another friend who has a rescue kind of said something that could have been taken the wrong way, and I don't think they meant anything by it. But sometimes in a situation like that, I'll just delete the comments anyway, because I don't want people to like get into it or like misinterpret, or even if it was like kind of a dumb comment or something, like I don't want it to spiral into something and take away from the good cause. You know what I mean? So, yeah. There's that. So my phone not too long ago had told me there's 20% left. I assume it's probably soon going to tell me there's 10% left, meaning we got about 10 minutes. It's also 9 o'clock here. I go to bed super early, even though it's Friday night. I'm going to be in bed probably no later than like 9:30, quarter to 10. So if you guys have anything else that you want to talk about, now's the time to get it out there. But I'd also be interested to know how you guys deal with kind of weird, or in this case ridiculous, comments that happen in a workplace or environment where you can't really say what you want to say, but you know, because you know you got to pick your battles and you don't want to like make it awkward. But yeah, I'm just wondering how you deal with that. To me, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm my job, I'm in sales, I'm in like, you know, very kind of professional environment sort of deal where a lot of what I say and do needs to be done very diplomatically anyway. So, kind of by my nature and by the nature of the environment, my initial reaction isn't to like freak out. But old John, previous John, would have probably flipped. But I think I've grown a lot of patience in the last few years since going vegan. I think it's been like as much a mental and spiritual growth as any kind of like a physical thing or even anything for the animals. Like, obviously that's why I went vegan and that's why I am vegan, but I've seen some really, really good mental benefits as well. Like, it's just transcended the old existence that I had. So it's kind of cool. It's like living on a new dimension. Olson says, no, I've just been watching the kitty anyways. This is Marley. Marley girl. What's up, baby? She's my buddy. Part of me feels like just ignore it, but another says that the coworker feels it's the proper place to start the discussion, then why not lay it on him? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lay in on him, but, oh, actually, I will say this though. I will say that right after that, probably within about 15 minutes, I had another coworker that I used to carpool with before I moved to this place when we were living in the other community. And he said that him and his wife have been eating the Beyond sausages, Beyond burgers, and stuff like that. And he said he'll probably never eat another like beef hamburger ever again in his life because the Beyond Burger is so amazing. Now, this is a guy who is a hunter, is about as rural as you're going to see while still working in a in a professional environment. Comes from a very small area and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about him. I'm just trying to paint a picture of the kind of guy that he is. Very, very rural upbringing and stuff. And so, like, it is amazing just the conversations that we would have sometimes while driving to work. And now, like a few months later, he's basically saying, I'll never eat another hamburger again because this plant stuff is just that friggin' good. So I'll chalk that up as a win. Obviously it'd be great if he would go vegetarian, or obviously vegan would be ideal, but you gotta start somewhere, I guess. It's not ideal at all, and I'm not ever going to say, hey, it's okay, just reduce the amount of harm that you do. Like, I'm not gonna push for that. I don't think that advocating for reducitarianism is a good idea. You should advocate for veganism, and if people do reduce as a result, okay. But all right, let's get back to the comments here. Weave says, I brought my grandparents some Beyond Burgers. My grandmother and bro love them, but my grandfather said he won't eat that, and he never forces me to, and that he never forces you to eat veggies, and he has heart disease. Ah, that is sad. That sucks when people won't even try something. It's like they would like it. and they wouldn't even know. Chickpea, what? Oh, wait, I almost skipped Ashley's comment. Will Jamie ever join a stream? I don't know, maybe. Um, Typically, she doesn't really like. Oh, there's the 10% mark warning. So yeah, we got like 5 minutes left. Will she ever join a stream? I don't know. Maybe. I've asked her before if she wants to be in my vlog or be on a stream a little bit. I don't think it's really her thing, but maybe we'll see. Chippy, what do I think of the Liberation Pledge and have I taken it? I have not taken it. I do not have a problem with it. The only thing I think that is, for me personally, I feel like I can do more advocating for animals by being in a situation where I can present a plant-based food option, have conversations, and be an example of somebody who is thriving right here. Here's the option. You could be eating this instead of what you're eating. And I know that if you take the pledge, you refuse to be around anybody and share a table with somebody. And you know what? I get it. I do, and I respect that decision. For me personally, I feel like I can affect more change by not limiting those scenarios in which I can advocate for animals. And I do think that that would be limiting, and because my personality type would be a disservice to my ability to advocate for the animals, if that makes sense. Ashley says, will I change over to lab-grown cat food when it's readily available? Absolutely. I would have absolutely no problem with that. And Molson, yeah, good question. I mean, that's a good follow-up to that. How can I get the message out if I'm not socializing with the people I need to get the message to? Exactly. I feel like I personally would be limiting myself to preaching to the choir, and I don't want to do that. The whole point of me even having a YouTube channel and being on social media is to exemplify how easy and normal it is to just be a vegan person, living life and doing your thing. So if I limit that exposure, but Chickpea, hey, you know what? You thought the same. You took it because you no longer want. Hey, I get that. I respect that 100%. So, I mean, there's definitely no. I'm not against it in any way. Like, I respect and understand that decision 100%. So if that's what you need to do for you and you feel that's what's best for you, then absolutely. And you know what? Maybe I'll get to a point where that's the case. So no hate for that, for sure. I have a pretty thick skin when it comes to that, only because I think that like it. Sometimes I feel like it's easy for me, not easy, but like easier than maybe the average person, the average vegan, to be around that stuff, because for so long I kind of was that like bacon troll asshole, you know what I mean? Like I've been there. I've been in those shoes where I've said things just thinking that it was funny. So having been there and being able to identify with that person and understand their rationale for being a moron, like it makes it a little bit easier for me to put up with, because I can empathize and actually sympathize with them because I've been there. Have I always worked in sales? Not always, but I have worked in kind of like customer service oriented type stuff. I've worked in a few different sales or sales related positions, but this current one's definitely like the I guess biggest or like most involved sales process or sales one that I've been in. And yeah, can't believe you were a bacon troll. Yeah, probably like all the people commenting on your hunting video. Exactly. So that's the thing. Like, although I never hunted because that's not something I could have done. I did go fishing all the time with my dad as a kid, and still went a few times like in my teens and stuff. Like, I I have been in that mindset, which blows my mind because I'm the exact opposite now. So I mean, it's hard to believe I was even that person. And yes, I'm still gonna make a video about this and talk about this again. But yeah, it's just like how was that me? How was that me? I don't get it. But if there's hope for me, there's hope for anybody, even making the most brutal comment on any of my videos. That's the way I look at it. So I try not to get too upset by it because, again, if there was hope for me, there's hope for anybody. I can be around people, depends what being eaten you think. Like you could be around someone having a cake, but not so much a barbecue. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like I wouldn't be able to just like stand around a barbecue if people were like grilling up steaks or something like that. But it is different. Like let's say there's a workplace pizza party. You know, people are around me, they're eating pizza that's obviously not vegan. Um, I think that's a little bit easier because it's not just like a piece of an animal. It it's not great, obviously, but Chickpea, after seeing what is happening to animals firsthand, can't sit with people eating meat now. No, I totally get it, and I respect that for sure. I do. Um, and maybe if I like went to like a slaughterhouse or went to something and saw some like firsthand stuff, maybe that would completely change my mind. To be quite honest, I don't want to see that stuff. I feel like that would have a very serious negative impact on my mental health. So, um, actually, yeah, it is pretty mind blowing. I will definitely make more videos on that. And yeah, you hunted, you bought leather, everything, put bacon, cheese on everything. Now you're vegan. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's kudos to you. Like that's amazing. Yeah, way to go for sure. That is amazing. So, I mean, it just goes to show that literally anybody can go vegan and can become vegan. And maybe it doesn't happen overnight, and maybe, you know, maybe not everybody sticks with it, which is BS in my opinion. But I think that we just kind of need to like utilize our resources sparingly. So, like, I don't waste too much time on someone who is obviously never going to change. Like I'm not gonna like hold on to and keep trying like with somebody when it's obvious that okay, I've put enough energy in this, like I'm gonna move on. And it's not that I've given up on them or that I don't want them to go vegan. It's that obviously my energy is better served elsewhere. Thank God for Jamie. What ultimately was the thing that made that click or switch for you? Do you remember exactly? I think I don't remember exactly what the one thing was, but I will give credit where it's due. When she was first talking about it and we were first having the conversations, she advised me to start watching some YouTubers, to see real people having real experiences and sharing their story, which is what I aim to do. And I have to give credit where it's due. When you see hard-hitting people, despite what you think of them, it doesn't even matter. I won't even get into that. But when you see people like Harley and Freely, who were giving very just like raw, like you need to harden up, you need to just stop eating animals, and like that blunt sort of truth, that hit home for me because although I'm a stubborn person and didn't like being told what to do, seeing somebody I don't know speak like that and have a hard-hitting message, that hit home with me. And then balancing it out with somebody calm like Happy Healthy Vegan, having people just educational videos from like Emily, Bite Size Vegan, that was huge as well. And just taking in the information and being like, okay, well, obviously this doesn't make sense. I can't continue to eat animals, like, holy shit, right? Like, I've just realized what I'm doing is wrong and I need to change. These people have convinced me. So, that was a huge catalyst for sure. Weave says, I only learned how to hunt because my family is native, just taught me naturally, but now you know. Exactly. And you know, that exists a lot in my family as well. Like my mom's side is all native, like she has her status and stuff, so it is part of the family traditions and cultures and stuff. I just never really got into it. Um, did I or Jamie ever try raw or raw till 4? We've done Rawgust a couple times, you know, go raw in August. We've done some like raw till 4-ish type trends, but not necessarily any actual like real diets or anything. But I like that style of eating. I really do. And yeah, Emily's videos are amazing. And wish she would make more. But guys, I have to wrap it up because my phone's gonna die any minute now, and I don't want to be mid-sentence when that happens, and I don't have a charger nearby, or really didn't think about a good place to plug in my phone as it happens. So I'll just end it here. We've been on over an hour, so I appreciate the time. I appreciate you guys popping by. Glad to hand out a couple new wrenches or spanners today, as you call them over in Ireland. Thanks for popping by, though, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.